Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and the last thing I'm going to show you in Philadelphia before I move on is the Simeone Foundation Museum, and this is an automobile museum that specializes in racing sports cars. I've videoed a lot of car museums in the past. I think this is the first one that specializes in racing cars. So this should be interesting. Let's go inside and take a look at them. So the first car they have on display here is a 1909, and the brand is American. And next is this odd looking one, a 1909 Renault. And this is a 1912 National. 1916 Stutz Bearcat, 1913 Mercer. Now we're moving up to 1951, and this is a car brand I've never heard of. This is supposed to be replicating the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, where they have the high-speed competition. And here is a 1964 Cobra Daytona, 33 Alfa Romeo, and here's a 38 Jaguar. And I guess this was used for hill climbing. A 21 Vauxhall. I think Vauxhall is still in business. This is a 1937 BMW. I can't believe back then they used leather straps to keep the hood down. 55 Mercedes 300 SL. Here's a 25 Alfa Romeo. And here they've got some more modern racing sports cars. Here's a 28 Stutz. I've done a lot of car museum videos, and I never fail to come up with a new brand I've never heard of. Here's a long line of race cars. I'm just going to go down the line and not even look at the nameplates. Look at this green one, that's kind of odd looking. Now that's a classy car. Now this is a 1953 Jaguar, which looks to me like it was a predecessor to my favorite car of all time, the XKE. Here's a 55 Mercedes that is a gull wing. You can see the door there. Here's a 37 Cord, and I want to scan down the line here. This is a really long one. How you like these? It's a 1912 Hudson. Its top speed is 60, so they called it the mile-a-minute roadster. And this 1916 Oakland, also touting 60 miles an hour, was called the Speedster. 60 miles an hour back then was a Speedster. Here's a 1954 Austin Haley, and they've got plenty of room here for more cars, so they may be expanding in the future. Here's a 1953 Jaguar C-Type, The C-Type and the D-Type were built strictly as racing cars. They did later convert some D-Types to street cars, and then the E-Type was the XKE that was just principally modeled to be a street car. Although the E-Types did a lot of racing too. Now this is the D-Type, which you can see strictly for racing. That's a 56, a 1927 Bentley. And these as well, I'm just going to scan down the row here. They all kind of look similar. And this black one here, another one I haven't heard of, a 48 Talbot. This is a 54 Ferrari. So these are all race cars. Oh, and look at this. I assume these were just for kids to play in. This is a 27 Stutz and a 29 Stutz. This is a 1930 DuPont racer, which seems just too bulky to be a racer. And they're calling that a speedster too. This is a 66 Ford GT. Here's a 36 Bugatti, and it's bulky. It kind of looks tanky. There's a shot from the side. This is what they're calling the winner's circle, and each one above it shows the race that it won. That's in Germany. There's the Le Mans in France, and 1938. I'm not familiar with that race, but that was with this 38 Alfa Romeo. The Bugatti tank car won the 37 Le Mans, and the German race here is the 27 Mercedes-Benz Sport Wagon. And you can see that it has a front and a back seat there. That's odd for a race car. This is their merchandise shop. And overall, it's one of the smaller auto museums I've been to. But then this one specializes in racing sports cars. So if you have an interest in that, definitely stop by here when you're in Philadelphia. Good day, folks.